have our theme song today. Wait a minute. I can fix that. How dare us not have our welcoming theme song? I'm telling you, I'm not been with it today. But that's okay. We'll get there. There it is. I was like, we just had the here we go. You ready?
Grab your Bible and grab your smokes. News and weather, music and jokes. See on the porch in my favorite house coat, it's the Sarah Beth Terry Show. She's a feral Christian out in the wild, a cigarette mom with a queen bee style, talking or singing about somebody you know.
Can I see the comment?
Sarah Beth Terry, the Sarah Beth Terry, it's the Sarah Beth Terry Show. I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the porch on Thursday, June the 11th, 2026. And here are your world headlines. I'm hot and sweaty. It is a heat index of 105. The humidity is 175. It's going to be hotter than hell. Get right with Jesus. Okay, so moving along. In the world today, the World Cup 2026 kicks off today. Today, the World Cup kicks off. I know you're super excited. The biggest World Cup ever begins in North America with 48 teams. Major storylines include final World Cup appearances for Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. According to Reuters this morning, I don't know either one of them, but Mazel Tov me, happy returns, happy retirement. The U.S.-Iran conflict escalates. The United States and Iran exchanged additional strikes after the recent downing of a U.S. military helicopter, raising fears of a broader regional conflict. Finish him. I am so done with this bullshit. I am. Bring gas down, make a hole in the earth. I don't care. Finish it. I don't care. God. So sick of being pissed off about something I don't have any control over. Okay. Moving along. Wait a minute. We got bigger hot headlines than that. Also in the world, climate concerns continue. International reports warn global temperatures remain near critical Paris Agreement thresholds. I'm sure the data centers probably have nothing to do with that. I'm sure that's probably unrelated. Anyway, because they're doing things next door. Also in the world news today, Gaza and Lebanon remain active conflict zones, so don't be heading there for vacay. Ukraine reports additional Russian attacks near strategic infrastructure. Yeah, probably. Because Putin's a lot like that boyfriend that don't want to date you, but he don't want nobody else to date you. So, you know, get there. India's Narendra Modi becomes the country's longest-serving elected prime minister. Well, congratulations, considering that's the first time I've ever heard of you until today. Good job. European leaders continue debates over immigration and security policies, basically saying, if you belong here, welcome in. If you don't, go home. Is there a new policy besides that? No? Okay. Global oil markets remain volatile due to the Middle East instability. Yeah, that, and it's summertime and we're all traveling and they know it. So I am 6 of 1. That seems just more like clickbait. I'm going back to my headlines. In the United States, inflation remains a major story. Markets are watching new inflation data after May's higher than expected numbers. Investors are waiting on fresh economic reports today. I can give you a fresh economic report. Bread's sky high, gas is sky high, wheat is surprisingly level. Marlboro has come out with a new cowboy cut, which is now $5 a pack. So guess who's going to be switching? Get my horse. And let's see, what else are we doing to rob Peter and pay Paul? Selling eggs, I'm selling shirts, I'm selling jackets, I'm selling hats. Get on SarahBethTerry.com, look around. Yeah, pretty easy. All right, markets looking to rebound. Stock futures were higher this morning after several days of tech-led declines. Adobe earnings and Microsoft restructuring plans are getting attention. You watch, we're going to come back with a computer room in everybody's house within the next 5 years, and we're going to have a PC that we all sit around. The World Cup fever hits America. If you've not got your news, Lay's potato chips, the steak-flavored one, that is to represent Brazil, so good job. I don't know. I always know something's coming up because they changed the product labeling on stuff that sponsors whatever's going on. With the tournament opening, host cities across the United States are seeing major tourism and economic activity. Probably, we're having a big damn sports game. Y'all want to come and eat a funnel cake. Is this new? The fair has been doing this for years. Okay, politics. A Supreme Court decision looms today. The Supreme Court is preparing to issue several rulings in major cases involving birthright, citizenship, immigration, election law, and federal authority. So look forward to that. The immigration funding battle continues as Congress is debating the fallout from a recently passed $70 billion DHS and ICE funding package. $70 billion. Keep in mind, that's only half of what we've sent overseas in foreign aid last 6 months. So, you know, it's like, who were we watching last night? And he said, I know there's no life on other planets because otherwise we would have sent them some foreign aid already. I can't sit up any further than that. I have a pillow in my bag, and you giving me coaching is throwing me off. Immigration funding battle continues. So, you know, midterm politics are heating up as the key governor and Senate races are beginning to take shape as parties position themselves for November's election. Has anybody else called in a vote on American Idol for the LA mayorship yet? Because Spencer Pratt was leading it, and then all of a sudden we had a Biden 2020 situation where they got like 900 votes in the middle of the night. So, is Carrie Underwood still the American Idol? What year are we in? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, summer entertainment season begins. Fashion, television, sports blockbusters are all ramping up. I know, and now Michael is available on Amazon Prime for the low, low price of $29.99, so you can watch it in the comfort of your own home without pants on. You're welcome. Thanks for the internet. In Appalachian Watch, few items close to home. Garden centers, farm stores, and feed suppliers across Appalachia are reporting heavy seasonal traffic as plant season hits full stride. If you ain't got your corn in the ground, what are you waiting for? It ain't never going to get tall unless you put it in the ground. You got to get your beans and your corn out now. Get your Three Sisters out. Make sure you're deadheading your roses. Make sure that you're staking your tomatoes. And make sure that you're trying to keep the groundhogs out of stuff. Marigolds and mint help. However, we are down to 5 baby chicks because we have a weasel. And I'm not talking about Pauly Shore. I mean an actual weasel. So we're down to 5 babies. At this point, I can't cry anymore. It's survival of the fittest. I'm not counting graves. I'm counting survivors. So tourism traffic is increasing through the mountains thanks to summer travel and World Cup visitors moving around the eastern United States. I know that the top thing on my list this year is to watch a soccer game. So thank God that they're going to be somewhere close. I don't understand. Anyway. West Virginia Summer Festival and Fair season is beginning to ramp up statewide. I'll keep my opinion about that to myself. Your festival or fair is only as good as the entertainment that which you provide. And if I've seen this same person sing at 19 different festivals since the first day of May, I'm probably not going to come to your festival. If they've called me asking for songs because they don't write any of their own, I'm probably not going to come to your festival. If they have stolen songs from me, taking my name off of them, and are fixing to get sued with a huge, huge theft of intellectual property lawsuit, I don't want to see them at your festival. Going to share a stage with one of them in August, and that's okay. I'm going to play all the same songs she is since she took my name off of them and she stole them. And then I'm going to serve her with a great big huge lawsuit that says this is not allowed in country music. Ask Robin Thicke how stealing shit went for him. In country music, artists continue announcing summer fair, festival, and amphitheater tours. Imagine that. Independent country and Appalachian artists are seeing strong engagement as festival season opens. Yeah, because they know we'll play for free for exposure. National's focus remains on summer releases ahead of the CMA season. Well, yeah. We just had CMA Fest. We're going to have it on TV here in a couple weeks. And if you think that things are done, you are badly mistaken. There's a shit ton of Easter eggs at the CMA Festival, and you're going to see a lot of it come to fruition in the next 6 to 8 months. So if you were there, you'll know. If you weren't, pay attention. As for the Sarah Beth Terry headlines, the feral Christian recovers after a hard week. I buried a baby duck. I lost chicks through somebody else's mistakes. Played shows, kept moving, and still got up this morning asking what's happening in the world because that's a headline too. So, you know, if you're getting a little deeper into things, Reuters is my favorite to check on because The Guardian's also pretty good. You know, make sure that you know what's going on in the world around you. If you're keeping up with the feral Christian watch here on the porch. 5 surviving baby chicks still need mama hens to cooperate, and they're not. My garden projects continue despite my setbacks. The new Bible study topic is up and ready to roll for this evening, so join us at 7 o'clock for the Feral Christian Bible study. Discernment still has preaching legs. We're pretty excited about all the engagement on the podcast for that. My song ideas continue to pile up. The 52-card song decks keeps evolving. My summer shows continue to build momentum, and I'm a tired Appalachian woman who got up another day and kept going. So, may not make Reuters, but around here it's newsworthy. So, I'm here. I'm here for it. Nanny, nanny. Hello. I'm so sorry, Tracy. Losing a baby dick is no fun. And I can't cry anymore over lost chicks. I can't. It's survival of the fittest. If I had a dedicated brooder on the porch with a heat lamp and Fort Knox built around it like I did with my first flock, then yes. But these hatch them themselves, and you are responsible for them yourselves. And you can't keep up with your baby chicks, I don't know what to tell you. I cannot be placing them into an adoptive scenario here. Like, just keep up with your kids. Vicky's corn is waist high. Congratulations, you got it in the ground quicker than I did. Mine's only about knee high. But my tomatoes are chest high right now, and I got a ton of green tomatoes right now. So excited. I got to get rid of a raccoon. He keeps eating all my cat food and all my leftovers, and I'm pretty sure he's stealing my baby chicks. So, you know, if anybody has a live trap that they want to donate to the porch, let me know, because I don't want to drive all the way to Tractor Supply. One, because I hate Allison. I think they should fire her. And two, because I don't like spending my money there since they're such assholes and like to kill turkeys. Three, Rural King is too far away for the trip that I need to make today before I have company this evening. So, if you want to donate a live trap, holler. That's all I know. You're in Ohio. Hello, Betsy. Good morning. Good to see you. Hi, Tori. Hi, Cynthia. You met a new feral Christian? Heck yes. I love it. And we were talking about that yesterday. I was talking to Carla. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Carla, Jen, Cynthia, and me all met for the first time. Not on the porch. At a show the other night. And now those people are friends in real life. The porch is working. I want us to get together in real life. I want us to go have lunch. I want us to go junk. I want us to go to Pretty Place together the day after my show on August the 22nd at the Fix, North Carolina. If you got your tickets, they go on sale tomorrow. I want all of us to do things together in real life. I want us to build a community. And it's hard to do that if you don't get off the couch. So put on your good walking shoes. We're going to Goodwill. It is not storming here today. Today it is hotter than blue blazes. It's going to be 98 degrees. It's clear as a bell, and it's muggy. But it rained nonstop for the last 3 days, so my grass is going to be knee high. I'm going to have to bush hog it before I can mow it. But that's okay. Belinda's already ate 2 of her skitty squashes. Congratulations. I haven't eaten anything out of the garden yet besides a sprig of basil that I put in some pasta sauce last week. But other than that, we got some tomatoes and peppers coming up. I have one squash out there that's holding on for dear life, and it's about this big, so I hope that it don't get it. My zinnias are blooming, my roses are blooming, my lilacs have went dormant for the rest of the year, and my yarrow is finally taking root. So, does anybody know how they can keep them little sons of bitches from eating my sweet potato vine? We'll be in good shape, because so far I see little gnaw marks on all the leaves. You want to hear about my time as a military wife? All right. For 12 years, I traveled all over the world. Fort Campbell, Kentucky, Fort Polk, Louisiana, Fort Knox, Kentucky. Went to Milan, Italy. We were in Busto Arsizio for 2 years. I was a very good Army wife. I was the head of the Military Action Committee at Fort Campbell. I worked with the community to organize events and parades. I worked with the PTSD outreach. So we worked on songs and things like that. I enjoyed my time as a military wife very much. I did not enjoy when he got out of the military and started playing all the Xbox games that he could within a 24-hour period at 50 years old. But I have a lot of pride and patriotism because I am a 42-year military daughter. My dad's in the military, my brother's in the military, my grandfather was in the military, my cousin Sharon's in the military, my uncle's in the military. And then I got divorced, moved to a mountain, raised a bunch of chickens, got on a dating app, and I'll be damned to go to hell if I didn't meet another soldier. So I am now a retired soldier's wife. Sean was in the CST with the National Guard for a long time, and it's very, very nice to talk the same language. So, but I've been everywhere, and where I haven't lived, I've toured, literally everywhere. Fort Johnson, Fort Bragg, Fort Leavenworth, Fort Riley. I was actually raised up in Fort Riley for a couple of years before we moved back to Kentucky, so, you know. I've done it all. Sprinkle some cayenne pepper around them. Thank you for the tip. I will go get some at the Dollar Tree this morning. Sean likes me because I sit like, y'all, what y'all doing? And I have to sit like back in my chair. I have to sit up. I'm looking at the camera. I'm reading your comments right above it on the television right now. Proud to be a retired Navy wife. Vicky, that's awesome. My Uncle Marty and my Uncle David were in the Navy for about 25 years apiece, so I support the Navy until they play the Army in any kind of sporting event. But other than that, anchors what? Morning from Ohio. Hello in Detroit, Michigan. Talk about a funny spouse incident. Here you go. My ex-husband, bless it, when he was deployed the first time that we just got married, and he deployed to Afghanistan. And while he was gone, I bought a Corvette on his power of attorney. I got it on a really good deal. Only one owner, only had 5,000 miles. And so I bought it. And I had a little tiny sticker on it. Little bitty, itty bitty tiny sticker on the passenger or the driver's side door, like this big, like little bitty. And it said, not only do I drive a vet, but I'm married to one. And my ex-husband stood there and looked at that sticker for a good 5 minutes. And I was like, get there faster. He goes, well, that's real cute, but I'm not a veterinarian. And he was in military intelligence. So anyway, all kinds of fun stories. But if you want to hear all the good ones, you have to come to my show because that's part of my bit. Hello, Wendy from Kentucky. Good to see you this morning. Hello, Ann. Hello, April in Alabama. Good morning. Glad to have you on the porch today. What are y'all getting into? West Hamlin. I used to live in West Hamlin like a year and a half ago. We used to live down there at, well, I say live. We stayed there for like 3 months while we were working on the house. What's it called? The campground down there on Mud River. I can't think of it to save my life now. Anyway, it was a fun time. We stayed at Vicky's. I don't remember the name of the campground. But we were in Hamlin and West Hamlin and traveled between the two while we were down there. So, good memories. How's my daddy doing, Grace? Thank you so much for asking. He's doing so well that he is replacing the seat on the ride lawn mower today, and he's taking his new four-wheeler out for a spin. I say no to him. One of his buddies was like, now that you got rid of your motorcycle, do you want this four-wheeler? And Dad's like, I actually need a four-wheeler for deer hunting season. So at least he's on four wheels now. But his face is healing. He's up and mobile and, can't keep a good man down. So, this won't lick him. He's been through worse. But thank you for asking about him. Thank you for praying for him. I do believe that in the power of prayer, and I think that the reason that he's doing so well is because we've all lifted him up to the Lord. So thank you so much for thinking about my daddy in prayer this week. He is doing much better. Ann's about to go lay by her pool. Why don't you brag a little bit? Where are you at, Ann? Can I get there by noon? You want me to bring a cheese ball? Robin, it is also hot and humid in West by God, Virginia. And I wanted to bring some, speaking of smoking, I got a baby out. Damn it. I can hear it chirping. I had a fan reach out to me yesterday on the website and said, if Sarah has a chance, I'd like to hear of her testimony and her take on smoking weed, speaking from the Bible side, because something that consistently troubles her, and she's thinking Jesus would be mad at her. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and fix this right now. This isn't the Feral Christian Bible Study. This is just something for you to ponder while you're lighting up today. Genesis 1:29 says, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth. Okay? Genesis 9:3 says, every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, and even as the green herbs I have given you all things. Ezekiel 47:12 said, their fruit shall be for meat, and their leaf for medicine. Jonah 4:6 said, the Lord provided to Jonah a leafy plant, which caused him great comfort and eased his pain, and Jonah delighted in the plant. So the question may not be, can a Christian smoke marijuana, but actually, does it bring me closer to Jesus or further from him? Does it help me love God and people better, or does it make me meaner? Am I using it as medicine, recreation, an escape, or an idol? Could I possibly invite Jesus to sit by me while I smoke it? For someone using it for PTSD, anxiety, medically described pain, nausea, other legitimate conditions, many Christians see that differently than pursuing intoxication for its own sake. However, in 1 Corinthians 10:31, it says, whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever you do, do it to the glory of God. That's often where the conversation lands biblically, is not merely whether the plant exists, it does. Are you using it to glorify God? As with everything, if it preserves your self-control and it serves the master rather than the master serve whatever it is. As with anything, moderation and intention are key. So it does say take you a little wine. It doesn't say drink 3 bottles and badmouth your friends at dinner. It says greet each other with a brotherly kiss. It doesn't say tongue kiss them in front of their wife and see how quick it takes them to join up on a Facebook account. It literally, intention and moderation are the key to 99% of the things that you do in the world. It ain't never been about the stone. A stone in the wrong hand killed Abel. A stone in the right hand killed Goliath. It's never been about the stone. It's about the intention. Do you understand? Okay, moving on. I've had a lot of people get sideways with me and be like, Jesus wouldn't have smoked. I'm like, oh, he would have. He would have. He probably would have been smoking both hands, left hand and right hand, to be like, I need a Marlboro and a joint to deal with all of this, because Paul's going to have to write one more letter. Just don't fall into the 7 deadly sins no matter what you do. Gluttony, pride, sloth, it's intention. Don't go overboard. So, that's my whole thing. You can pick and choose and cherry pick the Bible any way that you want to. I like to read it cover to cover and apply it to my life as I see it as a whole. I don't like to go verse by verse, rote by rote. What did you learn in VBS? Do you have your Sunday school pen? Oh my goodness, I have perfect attendance, because that does not matter. I don't care how many days that you've been at Sunday school. If by Sunday afternoon you're mouthing off to your sister on the phone about some bullshit that happened on Saturday night at Walmart, you missed the point. Intention and moderation. So, it's all right. Sometimes I'll overdo it. Sometimes I'll smoke too many cigarettes. Sometimes I'll get too lazy in the day and I can't crawl my way out of it because I get stuck in my own head. That has nothing to do with the substances that I might be using. That has everything to do with the situation at hand. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed. Sometimes I need to take a nap. Sometimes I need to breathe. Remember when Ezekiel preached the best sermon of his life and was pumped up, ready to go jock jams. And then he looked at God and said, I'm done. I'm so done. I am so done. Kill me and take me home. I'm done. I am worthless. I hate it here. I don't want to be here no more. And the Lord didn't say, all right, you're coming home with me. He said, maybe you should just sit down and eat something and take a little rest. Sounds like your blood sugar's a little low. And he was right, because it's God and he always is. So, I get so tickled at people that come at me and say, don't be saying damn shit hell. Don't be saying fuck. I've read this Bible a lot. A lot. Sits by me on the porch every day. Do you know what it says? You know what it says? Do you want to know what it says? It says, speak life. Don't curse people. I ain't cursing. I'm cussing. You telling me I'm going to hell because of the way that I'm living my life, that's curse. Me telling you to fuck off, that's not a curse. That's a cuss. You see? You see the difference? Can you come to District Park and easily search Shecker? Yeah. Call me. 615-674-6445. Ask for service. Because I sure will come play. Just let us know where we're headed and what I need to bring. See, Carol Ann, you get it. Ezekiel is some real stuff. Elijah, Ezekiel, you get into some prophets that really knew what they were doing and really knew how to handle it. And sometimes they didn't, and that's when they turned to God. Keep in mind, Moses was the same way. When it was his turn to die, he went up to the mountain, and God buried him himself. He was like, I'm not going to the promised land. I'm going up here. And he looked at God face to face like a neighbor does. It says that in the Bible too. Could you imagine looking over the fence at Wilson and it being God? Hello, neighbor. What? Huh? What would you do if Jesus was your neighbor? I bet you'd act right. I bet you'd love your neighbor if Jesus was your neighbor. I brought one of them Benford tools. Oh? Al would definitely be Paul. He's fixing stuff. He's writing letters. He's fixing stuff. Society decided cussing words. Exactly right, Samantha Vince. Neil, you got it right. You can have a wicked tongue and never cuss. You can curse people and speak evil on them without ever saying damn shit, hell, bitch, or son of a bitch. You can. There's a difference. Like I said, cursing, you'd be saying, I think that your husband's going to leave you and he needs to leave you because you're a piece of shit and you're a cunt. All right, you're cursing me. Now, if I tell you to go mind your own fucking business, that's not cursing, that's cussing. Learn the difference because it makes you sound stupid. Thank you. So, I got done walking today. Me and Sean walked about 1.5 miles. What'd you say, about 1.5 miles? 2 miles? We walked a while. I got hot. We came back to the house. I sat here and had a couple cigarettes, visited with y'all. Now I'm fixing to go save a baby who has got out of the coop again. I can hear it. Sean, darling, can you come wrap this up because I have to go to the yard? Sean's out front working, and he knows how to work my computer because I don't. I usually do it on the phone, and now he's got me on the computer. Internet's being crappy. I'm sorry. But I am tickled that you joined me this morning for the top 10 headlines and the weather and the news and sports and jokes and music and everything else that goes on Thursday. Tonight at 7 p.m., we're going to have the Feral Christian Bible Study right here live on the porch, so make sure that you join us with your Bible and your smokes and your friends. And in the meantime, friends, remember to keep your Bible open and powder dry on your head. Don't smoke because people are acting crazy. Everywhere you go, they're crazy. Just be not as crazy as them. Be nice to old people, animals, and children. And as always, love your neighbor if you can't give it to God because he loves you and I do too. And in the meantime, friends, until we meet again, remember, perhaps the most important of all, I'm Sarah Beth Terry. You're not. Bye.